Oh my god, I cannot believe this. It's early in the morning. It's like 6:40. We got up just a little while ago and it's snowing. It's March 10, 11, 10, I think. And maybe it's stopping now. I can't really tell because I turned on the lights in here. But just look at that. Right when we got up, it was a lot of snow, smaller snowflakes, and now they're just way bigger. You can tell that it has been warm because it doesn't stay on concrete. And just yesterday, I was cleaning the concrete from algae, and now it's snowing. 2 days ago, it was 10 degrees outside, and we were outside walking in the sun. And it really felt like spring. And it was freezing cold yesterday. And even though I was outside doing the concrete, and now it's just winter time again. The good thing about winter and spring is that it does clear up pretty fast. I'm not talking too loud because just over here is my daughter's door. And she's still sleeping, so I'm trying to not wake her up. And Vigo is outside. You want to come in? He does not come in unless he gets a treat. There you go. And then I can close the door. Otherwise, he'll just be standing here waiting. I don't know if he's smart and waiting for a treat, or if he is just afraid of the door. He doesn't like to go through doors, and so I have to walk like a meter or so away and then give him a treat, and then he comes. So maybe he's just really smart because he knows that he's getting a treat. But as I said, it's just early in the morning. I just got up. I had a really good night's sleep. I woke up around 4:30. I went to bed at 10. But I was able to go pretty much right back to sleep, and then I slept until, I don't know, 10 past 6. So that's a success. I have a watch that it's a hand-me-down from first the neighbor and then from my daughter. And it can track your sleep. And oh, Vigo, you're wet. He's trying to get up. And I am addicted to tracking my sleep now. Because my sleep is getting so good. I'm still trying to handle the waking up around somewhere between 4 and 5. Because if I wake up between 4 and 5 and if I stay awake too long, then I can feel that my cortisol levels are starting to rise, and that's not ideal. I was told that in the morning when you wake up, you have half an hour to shoot your cortisol rocket, launch it. You need to launch your cortisol rocket every morning. So you have the cortisol you need to wake up and to get your day going, not be tired. And then cortisol levels will fall during the day. And at night they should be out of your body again. Or I guess they're not quite out of the body, but the levels should be so low that you... Okay, Vigo, come here. He really wants to get up. Come here. I'm sitting in the recliner chair. Here we go. Here. have to, then your cortisol levels will be so low that you can actually go to sleep, and they're not supposed to bother you during the night. And then it's kind of a problem if you don't get your cortisol rocket launched, you'll be really tired during the day. So it's an actual problem if I wake up between 4 and 5, because it's too early to get up at that point. And then I launch my rocket, because then if I go back to sleep, I have messed it up and I'm tired the rest of the day. Or maybe it's not even launched, I don't know. Either way, I get tired during the day. So I'm working on it with different techniques. I'm trying to, he's so cute. I have learned breathing techniques and counting techniques, and so I will use them. The counting technique is really just counting, but you start from a really high odd number and you count backwards. Because you kind of have to focus on which number, because you're kind of tired still. So you still have to kind of focus on the number before that, and you drift. You actually start to drift really fast, and then you're like, oh, what's before 329? And you're like, 300, because you want to say 330, and then you're like 328, and then you start drifting. And the other one is you breathe in, like take a really deep breath in for 4 seconds, or you count to 4, and then you hold it for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold it for 4, and then you start all over. So it's just a cycle of 4s. So I'm really trying to just go back to sleep. So I get my 8 hours of sleep. He's so cute, my doggy. I love him. And he loves me, and sometimes he won't let me just be alone. He always want to sit with me. So yeah, I had a pretty good nights of sleep, and I really want to see it on, I can't see it on the watch. You can connect the watch to the phone, but it never connects until, I don't know, after 8, 9 o'clock. And also it's a very cheap watch, so it constantly loses, I don't know if it's connection or whatever, so it erases all the data and starts from 9 o'clock. So when I look at the watch and it hasn't been set, then I know to connect to the phone, and then I've lost my data. That happened yesterday, and I had a really good night's sleep yesterday. So I would have really liked to have the data yesterday, but I didn't. So I'm really hoping to have the data today, so I don't lose it, because I really love to look at my sleep. And also because I can tell that I'm actually in deep sleep at some points. Just some months ago, I never had deep sleep. I would always be right at the surface. And if somebody turned around in the bed, I will be awake. And after 12, 1 o'clock, I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep, and I'll be awake for like 3 hours. So I'm really excited about the sleep. So that's one of the good outcomes from this, me starting over and figuring out what's wrong with me. People have told me that there was nothing wrong with me, and people have been skeptical when I said that there was something wrong. And the doctors, I think the doctors said to me that that's just how it is when you're in your mid-40s and you have job and children and house and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, but everyone else doesn't seem to struggle as much as me. And she was like, yeah, but you're a single mom. But I knew something was wrong because it felt like something was wrong. And when I said to her, when I kind of figured out that my cortisol levels were way too low, she was like, that can't be true. That's an illness. They can be low and it's not necessarily an illness. So, yeah. But they medicate and they know about illnesses that you're supposed to medicate, and then they don't know the rest. So, I'm on my way here. I'm gonna go take a bath. I will show you something. This is in my bathroom, and I have this tiny, I don't know if you would call it a tub, but I like to soak in it. Because I enjoy, that's just me time sitting in there. And I have a tiny house and a tiny bathroom, so there's not room for a real tub in here. I just have my shower. So I sit in that tiny tub, and when I get out, there's like 15 centimeters of water in the tub, so it gets cold pretty fast, and I add more warm water, but I actually save water by sitting in it. So I'm just like squeezed in. But that's me time, so I am going to do that now. Also, when I'm in the bathroom, I have filmed from the bathroom before, because when I'm in the bathroom I can speak louder. I was sitting in the living room, and I could hear in one room Emolina was coughing and blowing her nose. She's not up yet, and she's probably going back to sleep. Maybe it even bothered her that I was talking in the living room. And from a different door, I could hear Valdemar coughing as well. And I need to blow my nose as well now. I can hear that and feel it. So we're not over our colds yet, especially in the morning. So I guess Emolina is still kind of sick. She had something. She had a fever last night. She came out to me, and her fingers and her toes were ice freezing cold, and she did feel a little warm. So she had something for the fever to sleep on. And but Valdemar and I, we are on the where you don't really have the cold anymore, but you still have, you're still coughing and you still have some left. So especially in the morning. So yeah, but we are pretty good, both of us. But now I will enjoy my bath, and that's it. Have a nice day.